In a world where soda brands and flavors can be found almost anywhere and often fill entire aisles of supermarkets, Jones Soda manages to stand out from the competition. This is partly due to their quirky label photos which are submitted by customers, as well as their fun yet eccentric line of soda flavors.
It's kind of a modern term, but I would say that Jones is an open source brand. To date, we have 1.2 million photos in our photo gallery, online photo gallery. So we really let the consumers participate in the brand. That and our flavors and the colors of our flavors are very unique. There's not a lot of green apple sodas out there, not a lot of fufu berry sodas out there.
Fans of Jones Soda are so, well, fanatic that many create video tributes to their favorite flavors or film themselves trying some of the more challenging flavors. There are many companies today that manufacture soda, so competition is understandably fierce for both market share and shelf space. Process costing is a cost accounting method that works ideally for the soda industry, or any industry where costs are assigned to similar products that are mass-produced in a continuous fashion. Job order costing, on the other hand, is better suited for organizations looking to assign costs to specific jobs, such as advertising agencies, motion picture companies, and law firms. Similarities between the two include both costing systems track three manufacturing cost elements: the accumulation of the costs of materials, labor, and overhead, and the flow of costs is the same. The differences between a job order cost and a process cost system are the number of work-in-process accounts used, the documents used to track costs, the point at which costs are totaled, and unit cost computations. As a general rule, manufacturing of soda normally consists of two processes: blending and bottling. As the flow of costs indicates, companies can add materials, labor, and manufacturing overhead in both departments. When the blending department finishes its work, they transfer the partially completed goods to the bottling department. The bottling department finishes the goods and then transfers finished goods inventory. Within each department, a similar set of activities is performed on each unit processed. Since Jones Soda uses a wide variety of labels, particularly within the My Jones personal customization program, they have three major processes: blending, bottling, and labeling. The use of custom labels has a bit of a storied history at Jones Soda. When they first incorporated custom labels 10 years ago, the process was quite humble. They used an intern and an inkjet printer.
And literally it was sort of a one-man operation. As the business grew, we decided that we had to outsource it. And then the process actually goes through a machine now to where the labels are loaded in, the labels go through a glue process, are applied to the bottles, and so it's not as hands-on anymore.
Vendors such as this can give Jones a competitive advantage because as suppliers, they have expertise in specialized areas. Alternatively, large multinational corporations like Coke and Pepsi have the resources and economy of scale to do almost everything internally. Now, let's look at an example where we've journalized the assignment of costs at Jones for the previous month. For purposes of this exercise, let's assume Jones does everything in-house, so there would be three processes. First, we have our work-in process for raw materials. Raw materials used were blending 16,000, bottling 3,000, and labeling 7,000. Factory labor costs were blending 10,000, bottling 4,000, and labeling 6,000. And manufacturing overhead costs were blending 5,000, bottling 2,000, and labeling 2,500. The company transfers units completed at a cost of $19,000 in the blending department to the bottling department. The bottling department transfers units completed at a cost of $10,000 to the labeling department. And the labeling department transfers units completed at a cost of $8,000 to finished goods. Companies often use a combination of a process cost and a job order cost system. Called operations costing, this hybrid system is similar to process costing in its assumption that standardized methods are used to manufacture the product. The My Jones program, for example, with its highly customized small quantity orders, is a good example of a manufactured product more suited to a job order cost system. Jones Soda has a motto: run with the little guy, create some change. Cost accounting helps Jones to compete in a cutthroat business against industry megacorporations. Along the way, they've inspired great loyalty among fans and organizations, including NASA, who ordered soda during the Space Shuttle program.
And I thought that was just neat. They put them in their VIP area, so I always imagine senators and vice presidents, drinking a Jones as they're watching the space shuttle launch into space. I think, more than some other soda brands, if not other CPG brands out there, we make this emotional connection with consumers, and that just makes me feel good that we can make people feel good. So.